Hello guys, so we've all entered 2016, we've written our goals and everybody is just, really excited about 2016. But I think before we start running and achieving all that 2016 holds for us, it might be a good idea to look at the past and see what lessons we learned in 2015 and how some of these lessons can help us achieve our 2016 goals. So today's vlog is going to be about the top 5 or maybe more lessons I learned in 2015. The first lesson I learned in 2015 was that, and I think this was the most important lesson I learned, and this was that my yearnings are valid. What does that mean? I think for a long time, a lot of things I wanted to accomplish, I felt ashamed. I don't know how to explain it. I felt like maybe I wasn't worthy of some of my dreams, like I was dreaming too big, or that my personality style, or just that I wasn't deserving of some of my dreams and my ambitions. But then 2015, I learned that my yearnings are valid and that everything I want to achieve, every dream, every idea, every hope, every aspiration I have, in some respects are God-given, and, I'm entitled to achieve those ambitions. A second lesson I learned from 2015 is that, fear was a normal emotion, just like being happy, feeling joy, feeling sad. Fear is actually quite normal. I think a lot of times we see fear, fear holds us back from achieving our ambitions. And so you think, oh, I'm too afraid, or, oh my God, I don't have enough, or, and we just feel it's kind of like an obstacle. But 2015, I learned that do it afraid. So what? I mean, if you have a job, you're feeling down, you still go to work. Yeah, so that's the same thing, fear. So do it afraid. That's what I learned in 2015. I also learned that, have faith in the process. Have faith that even if you take a risk, that when you step into the void, that God will catch you. I think so many times we keep looking at the void. We keep looking at that hole, that place that we don't understand, that unknown, and we're afraid to take a leap of faith. And that we keep standing on the ledge and we keep extrapolating. Okay, this hole is 5 diameter by this. If I do it like this, I think after a while you just need to jump and just have faith that as you're feeling like you're going down, somehow, some way, God is going to put His hand there and He's going to catch you. I think that's one of the key lessons I learned, which is kind of connected to don't be afraid. Another lesson I learned is the power of consistency. I think no matter what it is, whether it's a good or bad habit, if you're consistent at doing it, that's when you achieve results. I think I've always been a very stop and start person, so I'm very energetic at the beginning, but I have issues with following through. So I've learned that being consistent and I think key to being consistent is being disciplined. So that's one of the things I learned in 2015. In 2015, I also learned that I need to be a bit more gentle with myself. I think that a lot of us, we are very harsh with ourselves because where we want to go and where we currently are, sometimes it's poles apart. It's so far, you just feel like, oh my God, where I need to be right now, where I am, is going to take me a million years to get there. And so we are very critical about ourselves. But then I realized that I'm human and because I'm human, I'm prone to failure, I'm prone to making mistakes, and that I should just be gentle with myself and trust the process. So that was one of the lessons I learned in 2015, and I hope to carry that through in 2016. Another lesson I learned, it's quite tough for me to say this, but I learned that I need to take care of my parents more. So I'm very lucky that both my parents are quite elderly, but are still alive. And I learned that that's such a privilege. It's not a privilege that everybody has, and one that I shouldn't take for granted. So I learned, that I need to take care of my parents more, and that I need not just financially, but, spend more time with them, love them, because really at that age, most times, unless maybe they're ill or something, or they can't fend for themselves, they just want you. they just want to hear from you. They just want to be around you. That joy, and giving them that joy sometimes is, for some people, is much it's worth more than a wad of dollar notes or naira notes. Another thing I learned in 2015 was how to feed my networks. So a lot of times you call people when you want them to do something for you, And so you have to do that. Oh, hey, what's up? How are you now? How's everything? So, you know, and then so you're now to the cocoa of why you called. But I've learned to feed my strategic networks. So to call people even, so every day, or at least in a week, I have 5, 6, or sometimes even 10 people that I call just to say what's up. And it was very strange at first, because when you call people, I realized that people, especially if they haven't heard from you in a while, they know you're calling, they think you're calling for a favor. So sometimes I'm just like, oh, I'm just calling to check up on you, make sure you're okay, see how you're doing. And they're like, okay, so what's up now? It's like they're waiting for that, please, I need so and so's number, or I beg, I need this, whatever. And I'm just like, no ulterior motive, just calling to say, hey, you know. And I think we need to feed our networks more. And then you learn, and then sometimes after a while, people open up to me and like, I'm so glad you called. You know, I was actually thinking I need to do this. I beg, can you help me? You know, that kind of thing. And I think, you know, you need to, I just learned to feed my networks more, feed my friendships. I also, in 2015, another thing I learned was that, actually somebody taught me this, was that you can have more than one purpose and it's fine. I think so many times we are all looking for that one thing that we are meant to do. But sometimes it's more than one, and that's fine. The last thing I learned in 2015, and I think I've been learning it in previous years, but it became clearer to me in 2015, was that beauty, makeup, fashion, they are all social currencies. So you're entitled to create your own lane. So a currency is something you exchange or that people accept in certain areas. So just like Naira is accepted in one area, pounds is accepted in some areas, or in some areas, multiple currencies are accepted. You can create your own currency and your own lane. So you don't have to follow everybody. But you, in a way, you also have to understand that this is the way people exchange. This is the mode of exchange. This is how people understand you, or the first. I don't know how to explain that. This is how people see you for the first time, you know, and that's okay. So even though you're creating your own lane and you're putting on this makeup and these clothes to be socially acceptable, it's just a currency. It's just one aspect of life. It's not the be all and end all, but it's still important. I think that's something I also learned in 2015. I don't know, what else did 2015 teach you? Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section. Or you can always email me on gloria@inspiredbyglory.com. And please don't forget to check out our blog, inspiredbyglory.com, which has loads of very helpful articles and inspirational videos for you. Until next time, of course, subscribe to our channel now. I beg. Thanks. Until next time, it will be me, Glory Edozian, on Discovery. Bye.